basically, we'll just do something like this. We'll say const sensitive comparison. Yeah, sensitive comparison. Comparison. Okay. Is going to be assigned the value of file name 1 is less than file name 2. Const insensitive comparison is going to be file name 1 dot toUpperCase is less than file name 2 dot toUpperCase. And then all we need to really do is just return sensitive comparison is not the same as insensitive comparison, because if they're different, then that means it's an unstable pair. Oh, see you later, Rainbow. Thanks for all your help today, man. Really appreciate it. See you again probably tomorrow, let's hope. Anyway, let's continue with this. So can we run this? Yep, looks good. Is that it? That's it. Okay, cool. Well, geez, I didn't really have any other ways in mind of solving this one. Oh, level complete. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so anyone have any ideas? Anything we can do differently? I mean, I feel like this is pretty nice the way it is, but okay, well, I wonder, yeah, how could we do this? Because like I'm just trying to think of the strategy we used earlier when we were doing like the ASCII code thing, right? Where we looked at our table and we noticed that there's exactly 32 units between ASCII codes of like equal letters, different case. So maybe we could use a strategy like that. I don't know. Like I'm sort of thinking about it and I'm thinking like, well, what would we even do then? You know, like, yeah, that's tough. I guess I'd have to sort of think about this one, but basically I guess, how is it making this comparison? Like it's looking at these two letters and it's saying, well, these two are not the same. So we're going to put the lesser one first. This one has a character code of 65. This one has a character code of 97. So we're going to put this one first. At that point, right at the first letter, we've actually decided the ordering. So yeah, this is probably worth doing in like a loop, like just going one character at a time. Yeah, whereas this one, since this is a longer word, it's considered greater than this one. Yeah, because we're basically saying, all right, first characters, oh, well, they're the same, so we'll move on. What about the second character? Oh, well, they're the same too, so we'll move on. What about the third character? Oh, this one doesn't have a third character, so it's a lesser string. This one would be considered greater in that case. Yeah, okay, so let's do something like that. Let's compare it one character at a time. That'll be fun, right? I think that would also be better for our time complexity, our running time and all that. So yeah, let's do this. So, okay, what do we want to do here? All right, I guess we could say something like, for let I be assigned the value of 0, I is less than file name 1 dot length. And what do we want to do from here? So I is 0, I is less than file name 1 dot length, I plus plus. I guess for each of these, we want to compare file name 1 and file name 2. If we find that file name 2 doesn't exist at this index, then then we would say that yeah, the other one wins. Okay. So what are we actually trying to do? We're trying to figure out the ordering, right? So we're trying to basically say, well, is it this way or is it the other way? And then same for this. Is it this way or is it the other way? Now, in this case over here, we were able to tell at the first comparison, we knew already which one the winner is, right? So, okay. Maybe we'll do something similar to this. So we'll just say like, let sensitive and then insensitive. Okay, so we'll have these, and they're both going to start as, don't really like this, but I'm just going to start them at 0 for now. We'll probably like change the way we're doing this, but basically, okay, what I want to return at the end is sensitive is not equal to insensitive. Yeah, that's going to be the idea. Okay, so then how are we going to do this? First, we'll do something like this. We'll say, if, actually, yeah, const character1 and character2 are going to be filename1 and filename2 dot map. Oh, this is going to be sick. And we're going to say file gets mapped to file at I. Cool. Yeah, so that's just a slick way of basically saying character1 and character2 are going to be respectively the ith character of filename1 and the ith character of filename2. Unless I did that wrong, which, you know, probably, but we'll find out, I guess. So we've got character1 and character2. For now, let's just do a little console log of character1 and character2. Okay, so let's try that. Wait, that's just running this one. Okay. All right, great. So it's getting the two characters. Yeah, it's getting the characters over here. It's getting all these characters. Great. Okay, so what do we want to be doing here? Well, we want to be comparing them. So we'll say, we'll do something like this. If sensitive is 0, or I guess I could say just if not sensitive. Yeah. Then we'll try to figure it out. And if not insensitive, then we'll try to figure it out. They both start at 0. We want to basically assign them a value of either 1 or 2 when we figure out, let's say, which one is bigger. Okay, so for insensitive, for sensitive, then we get to this point, we say, all right, so far, this thing, it hasn't been assigned yet. So what else do we want to check? Well, within here, we want to say, okay, well, is character 1 less than character 2? In which case we'd say sensitive is assigned the value of 2, right? And if character 2 is less than character 1, then we want to say sensitive is assigned the value of 1. Something like that, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether we're saying that the 1 and 2 are going to represent the bigger one or the smaller one. It doesn't really matter as long as we're consistent with it, right? So that's if that's only going to happen if sensitive hasn't already been assigned. If we then assign it one of these, then we've assigned it, you know, not looking at that again. Okay, if insensitive. So you know what, this is kind of bugging me. I'm going to just change these all. Yeah. You know, I was just thinking about what Rainbow Sprinkles was saying, and I think he shared some real wisdom with us in saying that this is the thing we're talking about, right? We're saying, is character 1 bigger than character 2? Well, if that's the case, then assign this the value of 1. Is character 2 bigger than character 1? If that's the case, assign this the value of 2. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, and then basically, if not insensitive, then we'll say if... Well, pretty much this exact same stuff, but with our, like, you know, toLowerCase and all that. toLowerCase. And I'll just attach this to each of these things, which is kind of gross. And, like, yeah, maybe we'll assign variables for those. But for now, I guess I just want to check if this is working the way we expect it to. Oh, it very much is not. So... what's wrong with that? Oh, undefined. So we're reaching a point. Yeah, okay. So, okay, this is the part I wasn't looking forward to. Okay, we'll say or. Oh, geez. Yeah. We'll just do something like this. So we'll say if not character 2. Then sensitive is going to be 1. Yeah, okay, we'll do it this way. So if not character 2 or this, just to let you in on like what my reasoning is over here, what I'm trying to say is like, well, if this one's undefined and the other one is defined, like what we had over here, right? Where we're saying, well, what about the character with index 2 of the first string? Compare that to character with index 2. Oh, it doesn't have one. Well, then this one has to be the bigger string. So that's what I'm saying, you know, if not character 2, okay, well then, yeah, this one has to be the bigger string. But then the other thing is like, yeah, so if it doesn't exist, then we can't check it's like toLowerCase over here, right? So basically, you know, we'll do something like this. If not character 2 or that, I should probably include the 2. Yeah. And then if not character 1. So the reason I put these first instead of like as the second option is because in JavaScript, if this ends up being true, then it won't bother to check this part over here. It'll just say, oh, well, this is an or, right? So like, if this is true, it doesn't matter what this thing is. It could be true or false. The whole thing's true. I don't need to waste my time with that. And that's really good because we don't want it to waste its time with this stuff over here if it knows that this doesn't exist, because otherwise, you know, we'd be in trouble. It's like, well, I can't do toLowerCase on something that doesn't exist. Geez, I actually don't know if that's going to work, because then if it turns out that character 1's the one that doesn't exist, then what about that, right? Then again, character 1 does exist. So we probably don't even need to worry about that. What? 14. Okay. So it must be the character 2, right? But then if not character 2, so wouldn't have that... So that's not really making a lot of sense to me. Maybe let's just do some kind of like, we'll do our console log up here. We'll see how far it's getting. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so which test? Test 6. Oh, it's passing some of them. That's nice to see. Okay, so how far is it getting? All right, it gets to this point where it basically has an S on the end of that. Oh, and also I'm just gonna build in up here like, and we need to make sure that not sensitive or not insensitive. If you found them both, then there's no point in continuing. So let's see if that maybe, okay, it doesn't fix this issue, which is surprising. So, okay, here I need to start checking what insensitive and sensitive are equal to over here, because yeah, that should be stopping sooner than it getting to the end there. Okay, so basically it's saying that insensitive is continuing to be 0. Wait, somehow sensitive is changing values? Oh my God. Well, good. Wait, insensitive. Great. Cool. Awesome. So, teachable moment. Folks, a really important part of being a good programmer is spelling. And making sure that your variable names are spelled consistently. Which line do we have that? Line 6. Yeah, the one where we're trying to console log it. Okay. So, oh, okay, where is it now? 20. Great. Is that all of them? Okay, still not fixing the issue. Well, sort of, because it's now test 8 where it's having an issue. And everything up to test 8 is right, so that's good. So what is it that we need to be checking? Right, because it's like, I don't know. At this point, it should know one of them. It should be able to answer sensitive. Yeah, and it does. Okay, so the second one after that. Now we have an undefined on our second character. So doesn't that mean not character 2? Does that not work? Let's see. So we'll just say let x be assigned the value of undefined. Can I even just assign it like that? Is that legal? I'll just say return not x. Not x is true. Huh. Okay, what if it's null? What if it doesn't exist? Not x is true. What if I just say let x and try to return not x? Still true. So why is it having this issue over here? So maybe, yeah, over here, let's even include not character 2, just to see if that's actually happening. Let's see. Yeah, true, not character 2. All right, and not insensitive as well, right? Yeah, it's a 0, so that would be true. We get down here, not character 2, that's true. So that should set the value, right? Like why would this even, I'm really confused right now about why this is even making it to the, oh, right. So, okay, it's gonna check this. This isn't an else over here. So, okay, let's make it an else. There we go. Okay. So, sorry about that. That was a bit confusing, but okay, it makes sense now. So, this is definitely like very sloppy. Very sloppy. I'm thinking there's probably a better way we can do this. So, okay, let's think about it this way. Let's go back to our table. Okay, what we want is, let's say 67 and 99. Let's just take those as just kind of randomly chosen pair. Okay, cool, man. So we got 67 and 99. What we want is for these to sort of both map to the same thing. So what we want to get from this is like, which character are you? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to subtract 65. Okay, so that's going to make this one 2, and it's going to make this one something that's not 2. It's going to make it 34, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so we're going to subtract 65. Then we're going to take the modulus of 32, and that's going to bring these both to 2. And that's it, right? Yeah. That's probably a better way of doing this instead of this like toLowerCase business and all that stuff. So we'll subtract 65 and then we'll mod 32. So we'll just put that in here. So we'll say I character 1 and I character 2, I for insensitive, and we'll put a constant in front of this. And we'll say that this is going to be equal to character 1 and character 2 dot map. What's the dot map going to do? It's going to map the character to the character minus 65 mod 32. Yeah, cool. And then we'll just compare those. And what if one of these is undefined, right? Because then, okay. Yeah, maybe we need to think more about this. Yeah, well, we'll find out what happens. Anyway, so I character 1 is what we can use now instead of all this stuff, like the toLowerCase. I character 1 over here. I character 2 is what we can use for this part over here and this part over here. Let's just go ahead and see if that works first of all. Oh, it doesn't. Uh-oh. What's wrong with this? We're getting a true somehow. Sensitive is not equal to insensitive. Whereas I guess it should be. Okay, let's just do console log again. Sensitive, insensitive. And we spelled them right now, so that's good. Okay, so we're getting 2, 0, and then, oh, right, there's only one character apiece, so that should only happen once. Okay, so yeah, we're saying like the jury's out on this one, right? But how can that be? Shouldn't it be redefining one of them? Yeah, shouldn't it? Or is it saying they're equal here? Unless I made a mistake on something. Let's see. So console.log, what are I character 1 and I character 2 right now? Let's find out. They're none? Well, that's no good. So something about this isn't working? What's not working about this? So it's taking character 1 and character 2. Should we get those in there too? Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's supposed to take the character code. That's kind of an important part, so I probably shouldn't forget that. Okay, yeah, this should probably work now. And that's kind of what I was thinking. So basically, okay, if it's undefined now, we're going to have an issue. So I guess that means we'll have to do our check for undefinedness like first. Yeah, so we'll just make those separate things. That's fine. So, okay, cool. Yeah, this, I actually feel a little better about this. Let's modify these first. So we don't need this part over here. We do need the I though. And we don't need this part over here. Yeah, I think this is probably fine now because these are mutually exclusive events. So if this one is true, if the top one's true, the bottom one's going to be false and vice versa. Okay, so then the else also is going to happen somewhere in another place. So I'm actually going to do it this way, I think. I hate doing it this way, but I think I'm just going to, say if one of these is undefined, then the one that's undefined, we'll say, I have not character 2. I'll just do it this way. So we'll say insensitive is assigned the value of not character 2. Wait, character 1's always going to be defined, isn't it? So all we need to check is if not character 2. Yeah, that's it. If not character 2, then insensitive is going to be 1. Yeah, 1 would be the greater one if there's no character 2. And I guess we don't need to check this either. I'll leave it for now. I don't want to make too many changes at once. Another teachable moment. Anyway, okay, so we got this, and then we'll put the else after that. Yeah, we'll put the else after that, so we're not like reassigning or anything. We'll put this up in here. We'll tab those over. And does this work now? Let's see. Hopefully that works now. Great, that's working good. And I don't think we need this because character 1's gonna be defined. It's gonna be defined. Yeah, let's run that. Folks, I think we've reached the best algorithm. Hopefully. I mean, I would be devastated if I found out that actually this is less efficient than what we've been doing up to this point. But no, I think this is good, actually. I do think we're... maybe I'll just like put the map on the next line or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I do think that this is good. Because, okay, for a few reasons. First of all, this part is really, really key. So, yeah, this part is really key. Actually, we can change this bit. We can make it not, we can put the not on the outside, make these both like not knots, and yeah, do that. Yeah, we're saving a character or something. I think we would do it that way. So, okay. Why is this so important? This is so important because it means the moment we know which one is like bigger, which one's dominant here, we stop. Okay, so as soon as we find this, as soon as we can say, oh yeah, by the way, this one's bigger. This one's bigger. We know this one's bigger, right? We don't need to check a single another character. We know this one's bigger. Or over here, we'd say, well, we don't know which one's bigger, so let's move on. We still don't know which one's bigger. Oh, this one doesn't have a third character? Well, then this one's bigger. We'll stop there. So basically the idea is as soon as it knows, as soon as it can assign values to sensitive and insensitive, which both start as 0, it will just stop once both of those are assigned. It'll say, oh, well, we don't need to go a single step further. We know exactly if this is an unstable pair or not. Now, you might be looking at this and comparing it to this down here, and hearing me say that this is a better algorithm, you might rightfully be extremely skeptical. So the burden of evidence, I guess, lies on me to prove that, yeah, this actually is better. So I think it's actually two reasons. Number one, if we're looking at this one, yeah, it looks nice, right? We're just doing these comparisons, but I think, well, good point, right? Because when we're doing these comparisons, they probably do stop as soon as they can, right? They probably say, oh, well, these aren't the same, so yeah. So, okay, maybe I'm wrong in saying that this is actually improving it. Maybe this part just makes it as good as what we have down here. The reason I actually prefer this one, the reason I think it's better is because I actually don't like doing the toUpperCase or toLowerCase strategy. I find it a bit sloppy. And I do think that if we want to do this and this, these will need to go through the whole words and convert them. And I don't know about like if it stores this result in memory or what, but it's more work than it needs to be doing. So, and keep in mind, this is all very marginal, especially considering that this is not going to be any greater, like neither of these are going to be greater than 10 characters long. So like, it's absurd that we'd even be talking about time complexity when it comes to these kinds of constraints, but just, you know, pretend it wasn't. Pretend these file names are each 100,000 characters long. Now we would really, really value something like this, because it could be the difference between waiting 1 millisecond and waiting like thousands of milliseconds, right? So, okay. I guess that's about all I wanted to say about that. Like, yeah, we're still doing character code at, so we are still using like built-in methods, but this is just one character at a time. It's not going through the whole word and or anything like that. So, okay, I think this is probably good. I'm happy with it. I actually really like this algorithm. I think it turned out well. I was not all that confident going into it, but it worked, right? I think it worked. Did we submit it? Hopefully we did. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. So what is the case that we need to check here? Well, keep in mind, this is only going all the way to file name one.length. So basically, if we find that, geez, maybe we should just change this. And here I was thinking we had a good algorithm ready to go. Math.max, file name one.length, file name two.length. And I guess now we do need to check. Okay, we do need to check that other thing now. So not character one. Yeah. In fact, yeah, okay. So we'll check that up here as well. Yeah. Oh, well, that's fine. We'll say insensitive is assigned the value of character one, let's say. I don't know. If character one does exist, then it's bigger, right? So we'll say 1 or 2. Cool. Yeah. Will that work? Hopefully that fixes the issue. Okay, it's passing the sample test, so that's nice. Let's see if it passes the hiddens. Oh, and it does. Whew, we pulled it out against all odds. Okay, that was fun. That was actually really a rewarding experience, I have to say. So even though I don't love the way the algorithm looks, you know, I do consider some of these elements a little bit sloppy, I guess. It's overall still pretty good. I mean, aside from a couple of like long lines, a couple of overhangs here, I think we did a nice job. So great. Yeah, let's finish up there. I think we're done here. So we'll go